Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Bancy from Nairobi, Kenya. A very excited member of For Life and very happy to be here for Mentor Monday. Mentor Monday means a lot to me because I get to meet people from different parts of the world. You know, it's like a world conference where we are together but on Zoom, not together physically. So it's really very exciting, and the learning we get from our mentor, it's really amazing. And today, I just want to welcome all of you with my fellow hosts, Marty Gomez. Marty, are you there? How are you? Marty, are you there?
You can't, I just.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm here, Mati Gomez from Canada, Toronto, Canada. I'm very excited to be here because I want to announce, okay, I have to read it because I translated from Spanish to English. And let me read the exciting news. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay. You know, sorry, I don't know what happened. Now let me talk first about the products for this month. And I love the products because the promotion is cardio and Mel Pro. Cardio is a product that I love so much. I have been taking this product for the last 3 years. It helped me a lot, even with my female problems, and I really recommend it. I don't know about Mel Pro because I've never tried it, but for sure it's amazing too. I see the ingredients that are a very good blend with antioxidants. And the good thing with cardio, it helps you also notice in my brain, the difference in my brain. And I can feel like my whole body, from top to down, it's amazing. Like with more energy, more circulation, I can say that. And yeah, everything is better. Also, I'm very happy. I had the information, so I don't know what happened in English and in Spanish, but I will try to translate it to at the same time to English because I have it here. I will do my best. Okay. It's I'm very excited to announce that our CEO, Danny Lee, is now become president of the Association of Direct Selling Association. And he has been an amazing leader in this industry and a member of the DSA for more than 20 years. In 2017, Danny Lee was one of the first executives in this industry. And he was ahead with financing of the development of the DSSRC. Let me see this, I can translate it, like auto-regulation of direct selling, something like that. And this program was administered by BBC national programs. And the purpose is the equity of all direct sellings through the promotion of the best practice. And let me say, I can say the president of the DSA, Danny Lee, will represent the interest of the collective of more than 125 companies, member companies, that represent 8 million of this direct selling, and 45 million clients, and 50 in the US. In the US and Puerto Rico, something like that. Sorry, because I had information in English and so I lost it. But I think you understand more or less. I hope so.
Yes, you do understand, Matt. You did very well. That is amazing, amazing news. I'm more so excited about that because what does that mean for a company? It means that our company is recognized by all, I would say, all companies in the direct sales industry. And then it also means it shows that we have amazing leadership if our CEO can be picked to be in the committee. And it also shows that For Life is actually family grounded as a company, which is exciting for us as distributors, because we know you're working with a company that is very strong and grounded and has very, very good values. So that's amazing news, Marty, and I'm happy you shared about the DSA and the appointment of our President and CEO, Danny Lee. So thank you for that, Marty. And now with that, I also want to welcome those who are new here kindly. If you're new, first time for Mentor Monday, just type in the chat. We'd like to welcome you the For Life way. It's amazing. And recognize your presence. So just let us know where you are tuning in from. We'll be happy to hear from you and to get to know you as you continue. But without further ado, I want to introduce our speaker for this evening. He's an amazing man. For me, my words fail me to describe him, because to just name a few things, is a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, a business builder, social networker, a life coach, and that's just to name a few. I've known Mr. Dave Daughtrey for maybe 2-3 years now, but I've never even met him personally, but I feel interacting with him like I've already met him because of the impact he's had in my life and my business, even from that distance. So we love to hear from you, Dave, and today he's speaking about understanding systems in science and product in network marketing. So without further ado, let me welcome Dave Daughtrey to Mentor Monday to speak to us, to mentor us, because we love to hear from you. Welcome, Dave. The mic is over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bancy, and thank you, Maddie, for that news, that information. Before I get into discussing a bit about products and systems and processes and things like that, let me share a little bit about the DSA and how important the Direct Selling Association is for all of us. You know, the DSA was founded in the 1930s. I believe it was 1932. And it's an organization where a lot of companies in direct sales, and there's a lot of companies, not just network marketing companies. I mean, I remember growing up, my mom bought a Kirby vacuum. Right? Maybe you've heard of Kirby vacuums, but everything from vacuums to Avon to Tupperware, these are all direct selling type companies. Well, the DSA represents all these companies to help protect our industry. There's always people out there that don't like direct sales, or they don't like network marketing and so forth. Well, it's already been proven that network marketing, direct selling, really, it makes the world go around. That's its business. And people make a great living in direct sales. So it's a wonderful industry, but it also needs to be protected, and there needs to be some policies. Because let's just face it, in every industry, there's unscrupulous people. There's people that may not know what they're doing, and therefore other people get affected by it. So the DSA has a code of ethics. So if you're a member of the DSA, then obviously you adhere to these codes of ethics. And so we're very proud. We've been members of the DSA from pretty much the very beginning. For Life joined the DSA and has stood by the DSA. And so over the years, Danny Lee and For Life, not just Danny Lee, but David Lisenby, Steve Tu, our ex-CEO, For Life in general, has always participated and been part of the DSA. They've been to all the events. They've even met with senators. Back in the day, this goes a ways back, but it was the DSA that worked with Senator Orrin Hatch on the DSHEA Act, which is the Dietary Supplement and Health Act, to put that together in Congress. So it's so important for us because we all want to have a wonderful future. You want to be able to build a business in this industry of health and wellness and have it last for you and your family. Hopefully, forever. And so that's what we're doing, and that's what we're building. So we are proud that Danny Lee was unanimously nominated to be the chairman of the DSA. And that's because of the long history For Life has with the DSA. So you can look it up on the internet, Direct Selling Association, if you want to learn more about the DSA and what they do. They even have events, meetings, and things like that. So with that, let's now get into we're talking processes and systems this month. But let me review real quick a little bit for those of you that are coming in for the first time, a bit about what we've discussed throughout the month. Processes and systems, meaning that the process of achieving your goals, your dreams, growing, developing, learning, skill development, things like that. All of it has a process, no matter what it is in life you're doing. If you want to learn to play a new instrument, musical instrument, you're going to have to go through the process. If it's a trumpet, your lips are going to hurt. If it's a guitar, your fingers are going to hurt. That's just part of the process, right? Well, the process in what we do is different. It's a process. Now, we're not talking physical pain, but we're talking about growing, developing, becoming a great networker. What's a great networker? A great networker is a good communicator, someone that has developed leadership skills. So that way, when you talk to someone, you influence them through your leadership, and they say, wow, yeah, I like what you're saying. If this sounds wonderful, yes, I'd love to be part of this. And that comes by you growing and developing in this industry, this business, you see. Now, let me talk real quick about the business network marketing and why it's so important that we are involved in an area of network marketing that is extremely strong and solid, and that's health and wellness. If you look historically at any successful company in our industry, the ones that are still around after decades and decades and decades and decades are companies that have physical, tangible products that have an impact on your health and wellness, something that people can touch, they can feel it, they can smell it, they consume it month after month after month. And that's what we have. So we're in an amazing industry, a $4.2 trillion industry of health and wellness. I'll say that again, 4.2 trillion. We've got a company that's 25 years old now in network marketing. We've been around for 25 years. So nobody can question whether or not 4Life has the staying power to be around. We've been through economic crisis, and what I find right now, a tremendous positive bullet point when I talk to someone. One of the bullet points I always share with people that are looking at this as a business: you want to partner with a company that's been around and they're debt-free. They're not over-leveraged where they can't pay their debt. Tupperware is now looking at bankruptcy. In fact, they might have already filed bankruptcy, all right? Companies that have been around for decades are filing bankruptcy because right now there's an economic downturn and they're over-leveraged. They got too much debt. They can't pay their debt, so they're having to either file bankruptcy or close down markets. 4Life is debt-free, you guys. They don't owe one penny to anybody, and they manufacture their own product. But we're going to talk about this in just a minute as we get into products. So again, processes and systems. Process. It's different for everybody. Everybody that wants to achieve their goals and dreams in life, whatever those are, it could be pure financial independence. Get rich, you can do it. I've got 207 multimillionaires on my team now. All right. They started just like you and me, but they went through the process. They were willing to embrace the process of learning, growing, developing, and continuously building their networks throughout the years. It didn't happen in one day. It took some time, but they were willing to embrace the process. So whatever your goals are, there's a process to success. Understand that the process is different for everyone. The laws of average are different for everyone. One of you can talk to 10 people about 4Life and Transfer Factor and our products today, and all 10 sign up. And you're like, oh my gosh, I talked to 10 people and they all signed up today. My business is taking off like crazy. And the person right next to you talks to 10 people and they all say no. Why? There's a lot of factors. Again, it could be your ability to share, inspire, motivate someone, maybe even convince someone to try this. All right. Somebody might have more experience at inspiring, at motivating, at communicating. That's fine. Anybody can learn. Nobody was born with that. You learn it. All right. Well, the following week, reverse it. The same person that sponsored 10 the week before can talk to 10 and nobody signs up. And the one who didn't sponsor anybody talks to 10 and they all sign up. The point is this: the laws of average are different for everybody every week. Happens to me. I did a call recently with someone, one of my English affiliates in my downline. And I didn't even get halfway through the presentation. And the guy just says, I don't think this is for me. And now when it's my prospect that I'm talking to, I immediately say, why? Why is it not for? Because I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious why it's not for you. There's obviously a misunderstanding. All right. Now, I'm not going to say it is for everybody, but generally when you talk to someone and say, hey, if I teach you or show you how to build a worldwide network where you can receive residual income and possibly make millions and millions and millions of dollars if you want, like I've taught others, would you be interested? Most people are interested. Now, if they're not, fine, I get it. Not everyone in the world is, but I've found that most people are. So again, process is one thing. Let's talk now about system, all right? The system is what we follow day after day, week after week, month after month, all right? There's a learning curve to learning the system. Now, in our industry, I find the system quite easy, all right? There's 4 steps to my system, all right? Tell, show, try, do. Tell, show, try, do. Tell, show, try, do. Tell, show, try, do. That's what I do every day. I tell someone about it. Maybe I meet them at the restaurant like Black Angus, where I met someone a couple weeks ago, or I meet them at the baseball field when the kids are playing baseball, sit next to someone. I meet people all the time in life. I share with them a bit about what I do because that's what I do. It's part of the system. I tell them and I show. Generally, I'll have an Energy Go sticks with me, in my pocket, or a Rio Vita sticks. Gabby, she has usually in her purse some of the Inumi hand lotion. She would let people try it at baseball games. They love it. They pass it around the bleachers, and people are just put a little bit on, they try it. We tell people and we show it to them. The next step, that's where your skills come in the most. Try. They need to try. The only way anybody can experience anything in life is by trying. You have to try. And so when it comes to that, I just tell people, look, what do you have to lose? By trying. Try the product, try the Go sticks, try Transfer Factor. Now, this is where your skills come in. When they say, what is it? And you have to explain it, how are you going to explain it? You can send a video, you can send some content. Now, here's what I found. There's a lot of tools out there, and that's what we're talking about this month, is systems and processes. Part of the system is the tools that we're using. We've got an app for your cell phone, wonderful tool. It's full of all kinds of information. Cloud is going to share with us in a minute the Academy for Life. That's another tool to learn. Knowledge creates confidence. Confidence should create action, and action creates results. The knowledge doesn't create the results. The confidence doesn't really create. I know people that are super smart. They read and they study. They know everything about Transfer Factor and For Life, but yet they're not making any money. Why aren't they making any money? They know so much because they're not taking action. It's the action that creates the results, but you've got to go through that process and you got to use the system. Now, of all the tools, website, you've got your own domain, set it up, have your extension, forlife.com/JT or Maddie or Bancy. Every one of you has your own website, all right? You've got the app you can use. You've got the Academy you can use. You've got these Zoom calls you can come to. Guess what the most important tool in your toolbox is? You. It's you. It's your ability to meet someone new or somebody you already know and influence them, inspire them, motivate them and even if you want to say convince them, to take a look at this and to try it. Why? Because it is different. It's different than anything else you've ever looked at. Well, how is it different? Because we've got a product that's different. Transfer factor. What makes transfer factor so different? I'll tell you. It's the only thing on this planet, the only thing. There is no drug, there is no medication, there is no vitamin, no mineral, no herb, nothing else that has the ability to literally transfer immune knowledge. It transfers immune knowledge from a host to a recipient, educating the recipient's immune system how to identify threats. Now, one of the analogies I like to use, and I would ask all of you, practice this analogy when you're talking to people, or you talk, do it in the mirror first. Do it with your dog, do it with your cat, do it with the wall, the mirror, whatever. Practice it. Here's the analogy I like to use when it comes to recognizing a threat. If I, Dave Daughtrey, was a terrorist, and there's a poster on the wall, and you're walking out of the post office or grocery store, or wherever you're coming out of, a building, and on the wall, all right, at the exit, there's a picture of me, and it says, terrorist, Dave Daughtrey wanted, $1 million reward, dead or alive. Well, you look at it, you don't know me, but you see it, okay? Now you've got a mental picture of what I look like, glasses, kind of salt and pepper hair, we'll say, all right? And all of a sudden, the next day, you're coming out of work and you're going to your car and you hear a voice, and the voice says, excuse me, do you know what time it is? And you look down at your watch real quick and you look at the voice and you see my glasses. You see my salt and pepper hair. How are you going to feel? You're going to remember the poster from yesterday because it's only been a day, all right? And you're going to be able to respond because you just recognized the threat. What if you had not recognized the threat? What can the threat do to you? The threat can take advantage and it can literally kill you. That's what COVID did. COVID killed people because their immune systems did not recognize the threat. Imagine, though, if you could educate the immune system through this messenger molecule, a bioactive molecule called transfer factor, that literally keeps those immune cells educated. Now, let's take it a step further. You just recognized me, the terrorist. It's only been a day, since you saw the picture. But now let's take it out a week, a month, a year. If you saw me a year later, would you recognize it from that picture? You probably wouldn't even remember the picture. You probably wouldn't even remember you saw a picture. That's how transfer factor works. It continuously keeps your immune system educated to recognize threats. Now, clinically proven. Now, can any of you do that? Anybody can say that. It's true. Transfer factor educates the immune system to recognize threats. Now, number two, respond to the threat. What good does it do to recognize a threat and not respond to it? It's clinically proven that the scientific evidence and data can be read on our website under science, category of science. Scroll down to the area where it says studies and publications. Clinically proven now, transfer factor activates your immune cells within 2 hours of consuming it. Whether you take it in classic powder form, you take it in a nice gummy bear for children form. I love the gummy bears. You take it in energy go sticks, all right? However you get your transfer factor, within 2 hours of taking it, it keeps your immune system or activates your immune cells and keeps them activated, all right? Why is that important? Because you want an immune system that is responsive. You want an immune response whenever there's a threat. And then number three, to remember the threat. That's the part that it is very important to understand, is that the memory isn't forever. There is actually a half-life to transfer factors. Just like I mentioned about the poster. You see the poster of Dave Daughtrey, the terrorist. You're not going to remember what I look like a year from now if you never saw me again, you see? So transfer factor continuously keeps your immune system educated. It's kind of like all of you went to school, you took mathematics. Did you take algebra? Did you take trigonometry? Maybe calculus? Do you remember all that today? I doubt it. Unless you studied that afterwards and you took college classes and you became a trigonometry teacher. And if you're a trigonometry teacher, you probably do remember it because you kept yourself educated. That's what transfer factors do to the immune system, all right? So there is a half-life to transfer factors. Now, at 4Life, what we've done is we've blended transfer factors with other ingredients. Guaraná from Brazil, maca, yerba mate. What's all that good for? Energy. It gives you a nice, just a really, I call it a calm energy, because you don't get the jitters, you don't get the shakes, you just feel a great energy. You feel good, all right? We've blended it with antioxidants. Acai berry, pomegranate, blueberry, elderberry, wonderful antioxidants. If you believe in good antioxidants, there's power-packed antioxidants with transfer factor. Then we've also learned throughout the years how we can target systems of the body using transfer factors. Cardiovascular system for heart health, reproductive system for reproductive health, respiratory system for respiratory health, all kind nervous system, the brain, all right? So we have targeted transfer factors now. Again, your ability to show someone and inspire them, motivate them, even convince them to try something new because it is new. Let me touch on one other thing about transfer factors. It's very important. Now, you guys, I'm not using a PowerPoint right now because this is being recorded. Anybody can go back and listen to it again. It's your ability to converse with someone and tell them about transfer factors. The 3 R's. Remember the 3 R's: recognize, respond, and remember threats. Then the other analogy I like to use is this: thermostat. Transfer factor also acts like a thermostat. What is a thermostat? A thermostat turns on at the correct time and it turns off at the correct time. It might blow cold air because it's so hot in your room that it's going to blow cold air to keep you comfortable. And if it's too cold in your room, it will blow hot air to keep you comfortable. What's the point? So you can be effective, efficient, work hard, all right? Because if you're sweating because you're so hot, you're going to get drained of energy. And if you're so freezing because you're so cold, you're going to be shivering and shaking. You're not going to be able to think straight. So if you're comfortable, you can be productive. The same way with your immune system. There's a thermostat in your immune system that tells your body when to turn on because there's a threat present. It's like immune cells, go to work. Something just came into my nose. I just inhaled it. It's a virus. Get going, you guys. Get to work and get rid of it. Eliminate it. If your immune system does its job properly, you may not even know. Possibly you might feel a little tired because all of a sudden all of your energy is going towards attacking that virus and you feel a little bit down. What you don't want is to find yourself bedridden because this virus overtook you or the bacteria overtook you. So you want an immune system that recognizes the threat, turns on at that time, but once the threat is eliminated, it turns off. And your immune system literally, I shouldn't say turns off, it just relaxes. It goes into chill mode, relax mode. Because if your immune system continuously keeps active, it keeps working, guess what happens? You develop autoimmune problems, digestive disorders like the one I had years ago called Crohn's disease. I don't experience any more problems with my digestion, my digestive system, none, because my immune system knows now, it's been re-educated on how to relax when there's not a threat. And then when there's a threat, it goes to work. So think thermostat. If you want to help eliminate autoimmune problems, start using transfer factors. Therefore, your immune system can be re-educated on when to relax. Turn on when necessary, relax when necessary. I want to tell you a quick story about my dad. My father, he was supposed to go home on Friday, but apparently the home care people didn't have his everything ready for him, the bed and everything for him to go to at home. 2 months ago, you guys, 2 months ago, he had heart surgery. He's been in the hospital. He's in the hospital for about 6.5 weeks, and then he went to a rehab center, and he's now going home. Why did it take so long? Unfortunately, 88 years old, during the operation or some point in the hospital, they don't know when, they don't know how, but it happened. He contracted osteomyelitis and MRSA. Well, those are serious diseases and bacteria. MRSA is a super bug. You know, the best antibiotics can't get rid of MRSA. Well, he did it. He's doing so much better now. All right. But they actually, they had diagnosed, they found out exactly what it was that he had gotten. If he had not been taking transfer factor for all the years he'd been taking it, he would have died. He wouldn't be here today. But he is here today. Sounds great, doing great, right? Because of transfer factor. That's how much I believe in our product, transfer factor. So back to the system. We've got something different. But a person out there that's never heard of it, they don't know it's different. They don't know any difference at all. You only know what you know. So now comes our ability to be able to show them why this is different. You have to be able to explain to them why it's different. Okay. Now, understand, generally speaking, most people join as a business. They join our company for one of two reasons: inspiration or desperation. And many times it is desperation. They need to make money. Somebody talked to them, they see an opportunity, and they want to go to work. All right. I like it when there's a sense of urgency, personally, because if the person was already making a whole bunch of money doing something else, why would they do this? Why would they go out and start talking to people and you know, working at this? Because it is work when they're already making money doing something else. You see, some people will. There are people, I consider J. Michael Smith one of those. I think J. Michael's with us. You know, in the restaurant business, did very well, has retired very well, but he just loves networking. There are those like that. For the most part, especially even me, I got in this business back in the 80s. Well, I was inspired. In the 80s, I was inspired. I wasn't desperate at all. All right. But later in life, I did become desperate. I needed an opportunity, especially when I joined For Life. So again, that's generally what happens. Now, this business, as we're talking about systems and processes, you have to be willing to go through the process, embrace the process, love the process. And by the way, at the end of the day, you can lose money, you can lose freedom, you can lose all kinds of, we lost our freedom during COVID. Nobody could go out, couldn't go anywhere. You're locked in your home. Many people all throughout, many of you listening probably have lost money in life, all right? Maybe even lost health for whatever reason. A lot of things you can lose. There's something though that you can't lose. Nobody can ever take away your skills, your ability to talk to someone, communicate with someone, influence someone, inspire someone, motivate someone, and hopefully even mentor someone. Now you are living a life of service. If you think about it. And that's why I love this business, because it enables people to move from living a life of survival as you work and build, like many people have around the world now. They're my millionaires, and some of them are semi-millionaires. They're on their way, but they're financially, they're well off, and they can now move beyond a life of survival to a life of contribution. They can contribute. And what I find for me, the most amazing part of this, the joy I get today out of it, I became platinum in 2006. What's that, 14, 17 years ago? I became platinum. And you know, every platinum makes well over $1 million a year, okay? So from the financial side, I achieved those financial goals back in 2006. What motivates me now is watching other people, Maddie and Bancy and others, JT, and those of you that keep joining me. I love you guys. Appreciate you all. Watching you learn and grow and develop, you see, to embrace the journey. That's all part of the process and the system. Okay, let's review real quick. And I want to pass to Claudia to talk about the, academy, Frolic Academy, where you can learn and grow and develop. Tell, show, try, do. You got to be willing to do those things on a regular basis. Okay, we've been talking about that all throughout the month. Tell, show, try, do. Second, when you start this business, it's extremely important to understand what is your job description. If you went and got a job anywhere, you would have a job description. They would tell you what you have to do. So now you know every day, every hour, sometimes every minute, what your job is. If you're a cashier, you got to know how to use the register. You got to know how to take someone's credit card. You got to know how to tell them to tap the terminal if they've got the little, whatever you call it, Apple Pay or whatever it is, to pay for it. All right. So you know your job description. If you're working in a law firm for a bunch of lawyers and you're working, as maybe a receptionist or secretary, you're going to have a job description. No different here. So what is our job description? Our job description is tell, show, try, do. It can't get any easier than that. But when it comes to the tell part, step number one, a lot of people start thinking, well, who do I tell? I'm afraid to talk to that person. I'm afraid. Do not be afraid. If you feel that person's going to gobble you up and spit you out because there's some, incredibly successful, person, they've got an immune system. Chances are they probably want to stay very healthy and feel good. So your ability to talk to them is important. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, that's why you have an upline, a sponsor. You do it together. Strength in numbers and law of averages. By working together, you're stronger. All right. But the first thing when it comes to the tell part is you have to look at your circle of influence and how influential are you with those people. I talked to someone recently that is extremely influential. This person's a pastor in Brazil. Pretty much everyone that knows the guy, when he recommends something, he asks them to look at it. 99.9% of the people are going to look at it because he's influential. Well, I had to influence him to take a look at this, and he did, and he loves it. He loves what he sees with the products. He loves the fact that the company's 25 years old, doesn't have to worry about bringing his congregation in to look at this for fear that it may not be here tomorrow. He loves the people. He loves the culture. The culture has become very important lately when people look at For Life now. A culture, a healthy culture of together building people, longevity, a culture of longevity, of length, all right? So look at your circle of influence. Who do you know? How influential are you? Categorize some of the people, meaning that family, children, you got kids, tell them about it, all right? If they're grown-ups. If they're not grown-ups, then you just tell them to do it. You say, look, take this product. But look at the people in your life. Now, I will say this about family, friends, neighbors, people that know you. They can tend to be the hardest on you, okay? Sometimes they think they're doing you a favor by telling you not to do this. Don't do that. No one's made any money at that. You're going to get in trouble. It's a pyramid. You're going to go to jail, all right? Well, we know that that's not true. And generally, it's just ignorance. They just don't know any better. You only know what you know, you see. So I've had to talk to a lot of people and change their mindset, their way of thinking about this business model. It's the best business model I know of. And I'll touch on that in a minute here. So when it comes to tell, it's your ability to tell people about it. Use the videos, use the content in the app, use your website, send it to someone. But again, at the end of the day, you're going to have to communicate with them. You cannot depend on social media to build your entire business. This is a business based on relationships. Therefore, you have to talk, you have to communicate, sharpen your skills. Okay? How is your ability to establish friendship? Everybody here is friendly, every one of you. So I have no doubt you can establish friendship very fast with people. What about your ability to establish trust? How does that happen? By taking a genuine interest in somebody else's needs. When you take an interest in what they need, I always call the radio station WIFM. That means the person you're talking to, what's on their mind is what's in it for me, them, not you, them, okay? If you take an interest in them and their needs, whether it's something health, financial independence, whatever it is, when you take an interest in them, you're going to tend to establish trust much faster, okay? So that's all part of the process in using the system of sharing, tell, show, try, do, and then the sign-up process, okay? We'll discuss some of that actually next week, getting into how we went through the app, very simple, sending a link to someone. You can send that link. Let's say it's even a product link. You can send a product link to somebody with or without the ability to sign up. If you think they're a person that would be offended because you're asking them to sign up with you, then just send them something about the product. That link enables them to make a purchase. Nothing about signing up, just making a purchase. And you get 25%. They can go back and buy from you every single month. Now, if you want them to have the ability to sign up, you send the link with the ability to sign up, and they would just simply click on sign up, and now they can join. If they do that, they're automatically in your network, because everything you do from your app, everything you do is linked to you because you signed in with your ID. The app remembers everything, every video you sent, every link you sent to sign somebody up, it remembers it. So you can go back and you can review if you need to. So if you're not familiar with the app, all right, get familiar, play with it, use it, and we can review it again. Now, every month we go through a lot of these things, okay? So what I want to do right now is I want to turn over to Claudia to get into the Academy, because today we're talking products, all right? We talked transfer factor. Well, before Claudia, before you take over on that, I do want to talk about gold factor real quick. Really, the main thing you need to know is transfer factor. Couple questions people might ask. Does transfer factor cure this? Does transfer factor cure that? Does transfer factor cure anything? No, it does not. Transfer factor doesn't cure anything. Your immune system does. If you didn't take any, let's say you got a cold and you didn't take anything, and then a week later you don't have the cold anymore. Are you cured? Yeah, for now. Well, what cured you? The orange you ate? The apple you ate? What cured you? You didn't take any. Your immune system did, because your immune system is healthy. It has the ability to cure things. So the key is keeping your immune system so it can recognize, respond, and remember threats, and your immune system can cure anything. That's the point of transfer factor, you see? It is different. Nothing else out there like it. So when you're talking to people, make sure they understand there's nothing else out there like it. Let's talk gold factor real fast. I love gold factor. What is gold factor? You know, every single one of us has cells, trillions of cells. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. You wouldn't be alive, okay? Well, did you know those cells die every day? Cellular death, and new cells are born. Liver cells, lung cells, stomach cells. Your organs replace themselves throughout life. Cells die and new cells are born. You all know about stem cells now. Stem cells can turn into any cell. You know, if you need a liver cell, stem cell can turn into a liver cell. It can turn into, you know, a nerve cell, all kinds of cells. These cells in our bodies all have something called telomeres. Telomeres are like little teeny tails, 2 of them on the cell. Well, aging, the process of aging happens when these cells die and new cells are born. The process accelerates and gets faster and faster as we go through the years. Those little tails shrink, disintegrate, faster as we get older. Some people, it happens even faster than normal, and they might be 50 years old and they look like they're 100 years old. And to some people, it might be a little slower, where they're 50 years old and they look like they're 35 years old. There's a lot of factors in there between diet, exercise, lifestyle, stress management, all that. But what if you could do something to actually slow down the process? Clinically proven to slow down the process by protecting those tails, those telomeres. You can activate an enzyme called telomerase. And by activating telomerase, now the degradation or disintegration of those tails is much slower. You also can actually even reverse age-related diseases or conditions like arthritis, joint pain, by using gold factor. Nobel Prize winning scientist working with 4Life developed this product. It's trillions of nanoparticles, nanoflakes of pure gold suspended in an ionized liquid, purified liquid. I just drank mine this morning, 1 ounce every morning. I take my 1 ounce of gold factor because I want to look young. I'm 63. I want to feel young and look young. I think everybody does. Again, nobody has gold factor but us, and nobody has transfer factor but us. Unique products, clinically proven products. Try it. So, Claudia, I'm going to pass it to you, and then I'll close by just mentioning one more thing.
Dave, I love when you talk about product, because I think we're also used to getting Dave to talk business, that when I schedule him for a product, I'm thinking, my goodness, it's just, he explains it so easily. Don't you guys agree? So the part that I'm going to take over, it's the systems part, where what do we do at the beginning when we're registering somebody? So we sign up someone, and we want to be able to explain to them all these things. And we know that we focus on one, which is transfer factor, and then everything else, which is targeted products and the whole 125 product line. Somebody counted them, by the way, in the other meeting. That's why I know. I didn't know it was 125, Dave. But so there is one tool, it's actually two, that I want to make sure that everybody has already used. And I'll tell you a secret. I know that most of you haven't, because I check. I have a way of checking. But there is Esther here, Esther Kabugi. What is Esther's last name? I don't see her here. However, Esther is the closest person to actually go through all the guides. So when you go here, and I'm just going to go to the beginning, I'm just checking some that I haven't personally done. So I am guilty. So I actually want to know if I'm pointing fingers and I shouldn't. Has anybody actually finished all their guides? Does anybody even know what I'm talking about? So here it is, just going back to the beginning.
I did this quite a while back. I went through the entire university.
I know. So this is a tool that is a system. So the thing is, a lot of us want to teach all of our new people, and then we don't know where to start. You don't have to think. See, this is such a beautiful career, you know, like network marketing is like 1, 2, 3. Just follow the system. And the system is learn about your product, learn about your company. That's why Dave is going every week through one of them. Learn about your tools. And here it is. So you go to, I'll put it on the chat in a second, 4Life Product Training and Health Education. This is what they call the 4Life Academy. What you want to do is go through each of the guides. So you're going to click on guides. And once you click on guides, you get to this menu that I'm in. And once you open one, so you should know the values of our company, why 4Life's unique offering. We've been talking about this. And I'm just going to go a little bit, here it is. So 4Life transfer, I'm just going to scroll down. And as you see, I have completed 29 of the guides. I'm also doing them in Spanish. So this is a Spanish and English Facebook. And they're very short. But the part I like is that it's not only product. I'm just going to go down a little. And here's gold. You know, it's guide 6. You know, first all of transfer factor, then our elements, which are zinc and gold. Essential oils, we don't have that line anymore, so don't worry about finishing that one. Fundamentals, and Yumi. Product claims. So I really like it because we're now going into product claims. What can we say? What can we not say? Safeties of do's and don'ts, trigger words that we should not be posting. So there's everything that you need for your new person to know the answers. You get them from here, but now you're also telling them to go to through the guides, and you can do it together with that person. They're very short. Again, dietary supplement claims, what is the FDA? What is the FTC? It's important. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in Africa or in Europe or in Colombia, like Anna, it works the same. And if you're in this English meeting, most likely you are in North America or Africa. So here we go. This is the part I wanted to show you. So then we get into systems, endocrine system, cardiovascular system, muscular system. How are we going to actually tell somebody about the greatest product in the world if we don't even know how our cardiovascular system works? And so what is very nice, it's how short and simple they make it. That's all you need to know here. So opening that. My computer's a little bit slow, so in the meantime, I just want to make sure that you write me in the chat if you had actually checked this site out. Okay, it's opening slowly. We see here with the immune system, we're talking about immune system, but do we know how this immune system works? And so this is where, what didn't open the one I wanted? Is that it? No, I'm in post one. Anyway, I'm not going to waste a lot of time because I want to bring it back to Dave. Once you open it, it tells you like that, one paragraph of whatever you're reading, maybe two small ones or three at max of anything. And that's all you need to know. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't want people to actually catch you on something that you're saying and they're looking at you like, and this is why we're so afraid to talk, because we think we're going to make a mistake. But if you go through your guides, remember, this is an ongoing discovery and learning process. So I'm just going to make sure that you know also the difference, or that you are in both. See, we have a 4life.com or a 4life, Facebook page. But in that one, what we do is we post some of the products. So that one is the one that is open for anybody, even people that have not registered. But if you already have bought or sold or are building a team, you should be in the US sales team. And I'm talking everybody, including everybody in Kenya and Ghana and Africa. Why is that? Because this is where the announcements come. So when I noticed that some of you might not have read about the important news about Danny Lee, I realized you're not checking the USA sales team. We talked about tools last week, and Kevin mentioned that the first tool you should look at is your website. The next one is the US sales team. Like, you actually should be looking at what they're posting, what's happening in your company. Right now, they're doing Ignites all around the States. They were in San Antonio, they were in Miami, they were in California. And so Nathan will actually just do a little, 1 minute spills or Jade. And what I want to teach you about this one is that in this one, you actually should go into. So the feature are here and more. And here you go into videos and you will be able to go through the videos of things that they have done before. So trainings. And so why is this important? Because our product trainings are here. So this is most popular because this is the announcement. These are latest. But then you will find your social media training. The last one was how, oh no, that's 40 weeks ago, but she just did one. I don't think they actually uploaded it to the playlist. But if you go back 2 weeks ago, they did Linktree. 1 week ago, she did, I think she did Reels last week. Service, manufacturing plant, tutorials, business talks with Jade. Jade just came back from maternity, so I'm not sure. But here, see, so the 4Life rundown, get a reminder of all things. This is the new thing they're doing, which is Nathan and her, or her alone, will do a rundown of the things for the month. This is a group that I think a lot of us do not use enough, and I can see because she already posted 3 days ago, and there's only 79 views. In fact, for the big announcement, which was 4 days ago, we only have 556 views, and that tells me that for 8,400 followers, that's not a lot of views, right? So let's work on those systems and tools. Let's get our people trained. There's something that we follow. This one, like I said, this one again has a lot of people. Spanish one has a lot more. And again, I see that a lot of people don't even know how to get to it. So that was it. One more thing for product, because we're focusing on product. Sometimes here you can also take some of these. And what I like about what they're doing is that they're right on trend. Like, what is it that you should be doing with your reels? So my advice is do not just reshare. Like a lot of us, and I did it at the beginning, we'll just take this one and reshare to our story. But then what you do is that you're sending your people to the For Life home base, you know, and what they do is if somebody wants to buy, they'll just reassign to with an algorithm to the first person that is on list to get that customer, right? So if you're getting like a new customer or that's how they do it. But what you want to do is actually see what they're trending and just copy it. Do a little video similar to what they're doing. And what you see, just follow what they're doing on their Instagram. Maybe she's just posting this video without showing her face. And so just copy something like this for you. Do something similar. And then just copy paste this and then just do it the same. You know, you don't have to be too creative. You just have to be a copycat, like Dave says. So with that, the last thing is don't forget to check your calendar. And after this one, Dave is going to finish up. I want to take advantage to make the announcement that tomorrow is Health Talk with Dr. Gina. And guess what? Topic, menopause. I thought Matty would like that because she is like the queen of talking about menopause. So what you want to do is use your calendar. Again, another system, teach your new people just to go there, because right there, you just go into the day, and then it will go into the link, and you can even add it to your calendar. I'm getting more organized with Dr. Gina, so we'll start having the topics in it, and I'll put them into Monday topics as well. And these are the evening ones. We don't have a business opportunity for daytime confirmed. I'm talking to Dr. Gina, and I'll also talk to Dave for July. We might have a change with that if we have a business opportunity daytime, or I'll start doing one and start asking some of you to start helping me with that 5-star presentation. Okay. So that is my announcement for today. Let me stop that share and pass it on. Oh, I left the spot on Dave. That's fine, because I think I was showing all the time. Dave, you're back on the spot, and you can take it over and finish it up.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for sharing all that information. Look, there's a lot of information out there, you guys, between the US sales team Facebook page, the videos Claudia showed you. All right. So go there every now and then, receive the announcements. You know, when there's announcements that are made, all right, you receive notifications through Facebook. There's the Academy, For Life Product Training Academy. All right, a lot of information. The app, a lot of information. What I want to say is this, though, to finish up today. You are the best tool in your toolbox. In the entire system, you're the best tool there is. So your ability to communicate, to inspire, motivate, even convince someone to get involved, whether they do it as a customer and start using the products, or they do it as an affiliate or distributor because they want to build a business, right? It comes down to you. But understand something. Nobody knows everything. There's a process to learning. So please do not get caught in analysis paralysis mode, meaning that you want to analyze everything to death so that you have a doctorate degree in transfer factor and network marketing before you talk to someone. That's not how this works. This is not like going to college for 4 years, getting a degree, and then getting a job. This is an earn while you learn business. There's no substitute for experience. If you were going to have surgery on your heart, would you rather have someone that sat in an office, sat in a classroom, I'm sorry, a university classroom for 20 years just reading and studying, or someone that might have spent 15 years studying and 5, 6, 7, 8 years practicing? I'll take the one that's practiced. Experience, there's no substitute for it. The same way here. Earn while you learn. So you just start talking and sharing. You can't screw up, honestly, because you can always go back to someone. I mean, think about it. What a great experience to talk to someone, they turn you down. You talk to someone else, they turn you down. They talk to someone else and they sign up. Now you got someone to work with. You start building a little bit. And eventually you go back to the people that you talked to before and you tell them the great news. You're a diamond. You're a presidential diamond. You went on a trip with 4Life. You know, you just bought a new car with your 4Life income. You see, success breeds success. There's no substitute for experience, right? So get as much experience as you can by using your skills and developing your skills. So with that, we'll finish at 6 minutes after the hour. Appreciate you all spending this hour of Mentor Monday with us. All right, every week we do this on Monday. Kickstart the week, set your goals. How many people are going to share with? Remember our job description. We get paid to do one thing: tell, show, try, do, tell, show, try, do, all day long. It's really that simple.
Dave,
So thanks, you guys.
I have some new names before you say the last goodbye. I don't recognize it, which it doesn't mean you're new. I'm sorry, you may have been already here, but you don't come enough, or you're just starting to come into this in this Zoom room. So welcome, Banda Coney. I'm actually gonna take off mics, and that way you can, if you want to introduce yourself, that'll be great. Banda Coney, Anastasia, I've seen a couple of times. Lupita de la Mora, welcome. I haven't seen you around too much, so welcome. Dinaike Urono, also, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. These are the new names that I don't recognize, so I wanted to make sure that I welcome you. And I want to obviously give a special welcome to my two members, Jillian Murray from Canada, but she lives in San Martin, and Ingrid Belen from Utah, who are here. I think Ingrid is the second time, and Jillian is the first time. I think she caught a little bit of the last week's one, but now they're both the full Mentor Monday. So thank you, Jillian. Thank you, Ingrid. If anybody wants to say anything before we close, either from our new guests to let us know how they are. Mati, yeah, go.
This Saturday, last Saturday, I was celebrating my son's 13 years old birthday, and I was on the bus in Toronto. I remember you, Dave, all the time. I said, I want to be brave. I was, someone was talking in Spanish. I not recognize Colombian guy. Something about the protein. I don't like the protein that I bought, the vanilla, something like that. I said, I want to talk to him. I want to do like Dave. Oh my God, all the trainings. Oh, I was so trembling. And I said, okay, it's incredible. I was in the same stop. He went down and said, hey, can you tell me what is the address? Because I was lost really for the birthday, for the place that we set up for the games for my son. And he said, no, I can share your, my internet with you. Oh, you're so nice. Not typical in Toronto. It's like, wow, I was surprised. Very fit guy, good looking. Also, I heard you talking about protein. I said, oh my God. And I talked to him, but he, oh, yes. I'm promoting a very nice protein. We're the music company. I was talking about that. And he said, the problem is in that moment, I will improve. I will be better. He didn't call me yet. I gave him my number. He was interested. He was smiling. He was very nice. But I didn't have my call. Business started at that moment. I need to have my samples with my name and everything. I will do better next time. But I want to tell you thank you for the trainings, because I will not do that before. I will not.
Wonderful, Maddie. Experience. You want to get as much experience just talking to people.
I'm unmuting everybody now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for sharing. And you can
Thank you.
now.
So you guys keep going, all right?
Very much.
Alrighty.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.